You're sitting in traffic on the highway. A massive 18-wheeler pulls up beside you. You can feel the ground shake. You can hear the engine growling. And then you notice something. One entire row of tires just hanging there, off the ground. Spinning in the air like they forgot their job. Not one tire. A whole axle, hovering. Your first thought is that something is broken. Maybe a suspension failure. Maybe the driver doesn't know. Maybe you should honk. But here's the thing, that driver knows exactly what's happening because those tires aren't broken. They're doing precisely what they were designed to do. And the reason why is a lot more clever than you'd expect. That floating axle isn't a glitch. It's a piece of engineering that saves trucking companies millions of dollars every year. It protects the roads you drive on every single day. And it solves 3 completely different problems, all at the same time, with the flip of a single switch inside the cab. Today, we're uncovering exactly why some truck tires are designed to never touch the ground while driving, right here on The Untold Ordinary. To understand why that axle lifts, you first have to understand what happens to a road under pressure. Concrete and asphalt are strong, but they are not unbreakable. Put too much weight on a single point, and you don't just drive over the road, you destroy it. Slowly, invisibly, one heavy truck at a time. This is why every country in the world enforces strict axle weight limits. It is not just about how heavy the truck is total. It is about how that weight is spread across the ground. Think of it like walking across fresh snow. Walk in heels, you sink straight through. Every step punches a hole. But strap on a pair of snowshoes, suddenly your weight spreads out across a much bigger surface. You stay on top. The snow holds. That floating axle is the snowshoe. It is called a lift axle. And when a truck needs to carry a full load, gravel, concrete, steel, the driver flips a switch. Airbags inflate. The axle drops. More tires hit the road. The weight spreads out. The truck becomes legal to drive without cracking the highway underneath it. That is problem number 1, solved. But here's the question nobody asks. If more wheels on the ground means better weight distribution and safer roads, why ever lift them at all? Why not just leave them down permanently? The answer is money and physics and geometry, all 3 at once. Let's start with money. Big rig tires are not cheap. A single tire on a heavy truck can cost several $100s. And every mile that tire rolls against pavement, it wears down a little more. That friction, engineers call it rolling resistance, forces the engine to work harder, burns more fuel, and costs more money with every rotation. When a truck drops off its load and drives back empty, those extra axles serve no purpose. The truck is light, it doesn't need the extra support. But if the driver leaves them down anyway, they are burning fuel they don't need to burn. They are shredding rubber they don't need to shred. Lifting the axle the moment the truck empties is the trucking equivalent of switching your phone to low power mode. Same machine, same trip, far less waste. Now the second reason, tolls. Many highways and bridges across the US charge trucks by the number of axles touching the ground. More axles down, higher toll. Simple as that. By lifting that extra set of wheels on an empty run, a driver can legally classify the truck as a lighter vehicle. Sometimes that cuts the toll cost in half. On a fleet of hundreds of trucks running thousands of miles a week, that adds up to a serious amount of money every single year. And the third reason is the one most people never think about. Turning. Trucks are long. When a vehicle with multiple fixed axles tries to navigate a tight corner, a construction site, a city intersection, a loading dock, those rear wheels don't smoothly follow the front. They drag, they scrub sideways across the pavement. It screams, it shreds tires, it puts enormous stress on the entire frame. Too many wheels locked to the ground, and a truck essentially wants to travel in a straight line forever. It fights every turn. By lifting that extra axle, the driver shortens the effective wheelbase of the truck in an instant. It pivots, it turns cleanly, it stops fighting the road and starts working with it. So the next time you pull up beside a truck on the highway and see a row of tires hovering off the ground, you're not looking at a breakdown. You're looking at a machine that is actively thinking, adapting to its load, protecting the road, saving fuel, cutting costs, making the next turn possible. That floating axle is doing 3 jobs at once, and it does all of them with a single switch. The surprising truth is that the trucks that look the most broken are often the ones working the smartest. Engineering isn't always loud and obvious. Sometimes it's a tire quietly hanging in the air at 60 miles per hour, doing exactly what it was designed to do. If this changed the way you look at the next truck you pass, give the video a like and share it with someone who would have assumed it was broken. And subscribe to The Untold Ordinary for more hidden engineering behind the everyday world around us.